So my next pick for my series of underappreciated albums from popular bands comes from Within Temptation and their 8th studio album, Bleed Out, released in October of 2023. So I think this album's underappreciated partly because the band released 7 singles ahead of the actual album coming out, and the first single came out in May 2020, over 3 years before the album was released. So I do feel that by the time people probably got to the album, they'd felt like they'd heard most of the album because they had heard most of the album. I also feel like Within Temptation are often pigeonholed as a band. I mean, it's perhaps because they get the symphonic metal label, and, you know, people just think of The Heart of Everything and The Silent Force and don't go beyond those albums, when actually there are some other gems in their discography, like this one, I think, their most recent album, which has some genuinely fantastic songs on. Sharon sounds as good as she ever has on here, I think. There's incredible tracks like the collaboration one with Anissa Kay, for instance, Shed My Skin. We Go to War, inspired by the war in Ukraine, is a really good song. I love The Purge. I love Wireless. They're really anthemic songs. They pack an emotional punch, and the album doesn't overstay its welcome for me at all. It's a good unit of songs, despite, like I say, most people would have probably heard the singles before, and most of the songs before the album itself came out, but I still think it's a strong album, and I do think it is also underappreciated.